Hello doctor, my name is Nur Sharihan from section 1. Today I will explain why the higher degree of the polynomial D, the less error is the training error of the learning algorithm. As we can see, the horizontal axis, which is degree of polynomial D, with fitting higher and higher order polynomials, for example D equal to 4 and D equal to 1. For D equal to 1, we are going to be fitting very simple function. And for D equal to 4, we are fitting for the complex function. In the right of the horizontal axis, have much larger value of D, a much higher degree polynomial, and here is to be corresponding to fitting much more complex function to the training sets. For the training error, as we increase the degree of the polynomial D, we are able to fit our training set better. When D equal to 1, which is relative higher training error, we have higher degree of the polynomial D, and our training error is going to be low. As conclusion, if we increase the degree of polynomial D, the training error will be low or will be increased and near to 0 value. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, the question 2 asks to explain why the higher is the degree of polynomial theta d, the higher is the error for the cross-validation error J subscript CV of the learning algorithm. First, take a look on the horizontal axis, which is to plot the degree of polynomial. If we are going to the right side, which is to be fitting higher and higher order polynomial, let's say if D equal to 4 of any large number, it's going to correspond to be fitting very complex high order polynomial that might fit the training set with more complex function to training set, or we call it as overfitting and end up with high value for cross-validation error. In this figure also, we are able to figure out the learning algorithm is suffering from high bias or suffering from high variance. In this case, we can say at this regime correspond to high variance because the degree of polynomial was too large for the data, and the cross-validation error will be much bigger than training set error.
Hi, I'm Rahmi. I will explain the question 3. We suppose fit the linear regression model very high order polynomial, but we use this equation, the below one, to prevent the overfitting. The regularization term, this one, is we use to ensure pair of value of parameter is small. J equal to 1, not equal to 0. For example, for this case, we use lambda is large. For example, 10,000, 100,000. So, the theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4 is heavily penalized. So, most of parameter values being close to 0, and we use for large lambda is this equation only, theta to 0. But when we use the small lambda, it will have the high variance overfitting, and we choose the intermediate lambda, this one. It is because it is good fit for this data. The fitting model is in the blue line because it indicates the most parameter value are being close to 0. Thank you.